Baby is 1 month, 10 days old, and she has some skin problems, but it will go away naturally. I'm not worried, and she became more focused on objects that's moving around, and she's more discovered her own hand, her own feet, and her movement become less jerky and more controlled. And recently, see, she's looking at the camera with a lot of curiosity. Yep, and recently she started to learn to soothe herself by eating her own hand. Well, before she could not, she has no idea what her hand is for, and she's just moving around her hand out of control, a very jerky movement. But now she discovered her own hand. Yep, but obviously she's not very skilled in that. And see, she's trying to insert her whole fist into her mouth, and yeah, she's holding her own thumb. That is why she couldn't get hold of her thumb and cannot get a good. But she's still kind of quite enjoying it and try to improve herself. Yeah, yeah, she is a very persistent character. If she could not do something, she would try and try and try again and again and again. When she was 2 or 3 weeks old, she's already raising her head up and try to stand up on her own feet, which was very shocking to us, because we know that that's something that a real infant, rather than a 2 or 3 weeks old newborn, would do, especially step on her own feet. That should be in a kind of a behavior that a 2 or 3 month old infant would do. But as a newborn, she's already exploring all her potentials. About her own hand, she seems just discovered. And she grew up every day differently. Her face looked different. Yep. Here she goes, trying again. Oh, wow. Yeah, she's very concentrated and devoted in her little mission. And by the way, she's half Caucasian, half Chinese Asian baby. But she seems more and more look like a Caucasian now. Look at her huge eyes and very very clear profile on her nose part. See, she started to track moving object with her eyes. See, she's following the camera. Yeah, she's following the camera with her eyes, which is normally a baby of her age. Now she's 1 month, 11 days old would do. She's doing very well, tracking the camera, and even turn her head if needed. It's a little bit slow, but she's doing it. Okay, now she seems is more interested in that camera strap rather than the camera itself. But let's move the strap together with the camera. Okay, now she's with us. Okay, now she just turned her head from the other side to this side. And let's move again. Okay, she's tracking. Now it's very, oh sorry. Now it's very obvious that she's tracking this drop. Okay. Now you cannot deny that she does not have the ability. See, she's always with us now. So that's some new ability that she just developed. As a mother, I'm so proud of her. She's a perfect baby. I just want her, hope her skin problem go away soon. I'm applying some ointment curing dry skin. If it doesn't work, I will seek help from a doctor. But it seems working right now, and she had a very serious problem on her chin the night before, but today is almost gone. So now just over this area is kind of a persistent problem. I will work on that. And see, she probably sometimes looking at her own nose, so you will see that her eyes were kind of crossing. She could crossing her eyes, but I read that it doesn't matter. I speak Chinese to her all the time, and I don't know if she understand any, but obviously she's listening to it very, very seriously. Yes. 宝宝，宝宝，你看什么呢？看镜头呢？哦，你要说什么？你要说什么？宝宝，宝宝，叫妈妈，妈妈，妈咪，妈妈，妈妈，妈咪，妈妈，爸爸 ，Daddy，爸爸。Yeah, my plan is that I will keep speaking Chinese to her. I believe that she's absorbing every word that I'm saying. Her little brain is very busy absorbing all kinds of sounds and vision and exploring new senses. And I would like my husband to speak English to her. And he's a native speaker, so that would be really helpful to raise a bilingual baby. 宝宝，宝宝，你把你的大拇指拿出来。对，把大拇指拿出来。对对，把大拇指拿出来。看妈妈给你做示范。哦，好好好。把大拇指拿出来。把大拇指拿出来。哦，哦，哦。Oh, wow. Obviously, she found that very soothing. She found it very soothing, and so she keep doing that because she's enjoying that. Seems like she's stressed that she couldn't do it better, but I'm sure before long she would explore new ways and improve by herself. She's so beautiful. I love her so much. It's great to be a mom. It's so great to be a mom because every day she has more senses about her mom's existence, and today actually she was crying and I was holding her sleeping and she immediately stopped crying, and when she saw me she would stop crying. So I'm glad that she could recognize me. Well, the pity is that oh sweetie, the pity is that now she could smile socially more and more, and still didn't find a chance to catch that on the camera. But plenty of whining. Plenty of whining. Okay, baby. Okay, baby. I know you're tired.